every time I start on a brand new project, whether it's a client website or my own website, I start off with the colors. And usually I go to a website like colors.co, choose my primary color, my secondary color, or my accent color, and then bring those colors onto my website. And then I start designing. But sometimes the challenge is I can't visualize how the shades are going to look before I even start designing on the website. So I have to keep going back to colors.co, get that visualization, come back onto my website, and that can be very annoying. But what if I tell you that there's a brand new update for our Divi 5 framework called SiteKrafter Pro? This update now has our style guide inside our WordPress website. So every time you set up a brand new project, you're going to have your style guide in there. And what makes this really amazing is you can actually go in and start choosing your colors here. And not only are you choosing your colors, you can actually see how these shades are going to look. So you can go in and start adjusting all your colors here like that. Perhaps you want to add a bit more saturation, and then over here you want to increase the lightness. So all you have to remember is this here is your main color. You can easily copy the color here, or you can make a mental note of it of 197 and 82. Add this onto your style sheet, and this now will be applied across the whole website. You can also do the same with your accent colors. You can come over here, change your accent colors here. Perhaps you want to increase a bit more lightness. I mean, you can pretty much do whatever you want. And the cool thing is you can see all your shades. Isn't that amazing? Over here, we also have our grayscale. And then finally, we can see all our fonts here, how our heading 1 is going to look like, heading 2, heading 3, and so on. Over here, we can also take a look at our spacing scale. Now, all this is in our framework. So this is what all the spacing scale will look like. Over here, this is our shadow scale. And then we also have some components. We also have our button here. Now, one thing you may have not noticed is this button color here changes because of this main area here. So if I were to change this and then take a look at our button, you're going to notice that it's going to update automatically. So this update in our framework, in our Divi 5 framework, is really, really amazing. You can visualize all your colors, and you can always go back to this tab as you're designing. So you need to be running the latest version of Divi 5 and SiteKrafter Pro. So the latest version here is version 7.0. This is the one that has all the updates. Now, when we started off with SiteKrafter Pro, the main challenge was to memorize all the classes as we were building. And this can be a very, very big problem. But that has now been solved because there's now autocomplete for all our classes. Now, let me show you how that works. All right, so here we're on a brand new page. So let's say I want to add a background color onto this. We would come over here to Advanced, CSS ID and Classes, and then I can start saying BG, and you can see it right away. I've got primary 50. I got primary 100. If I wanted to scroll down, I can always scroll down here until I get all my colors. Now we also have the accents. So let's say I want a BG accent 50. I can just do that, and it's been added. Now, if I want to do a BG primary, I can just remove that, and then I can just add my primary color, just like that. Easy. Next, let's say I want to go in and start working on my text here. I'm going to go in here and go into my advanced tab, CSS ID and classes. And the first thing I'm going to do here is to perhaps go with my custom text, which can be our text large. Okay. But maybe I don't want to do that. I just want to work on my headings. So let's do SK heading. And we're going to go very, very big here. We're going to go 8XL. Now, do you see how big that is? Now, while this is active, I can also go in and make a further adjustment. So let's say I want to make my font bold. So I can go font. Now you can see here I have font 100, which makes it very, very thin. I can also go back and perhaps maybe try, let's say 400. And you can see, how intuitive this is. It's very, very easy now to work with. So now I've got it to font 800. Now let's say I want to continue on and add a color here. I'm going to say text. So how you remember this is if you want to apply the color to the text, so it's going to be text and then I'm going to say either primary or accent. So this time it's going to be accent. So I'm going to say text accent. So what color do we need to have here? Maybe 500. Okay, look at that. So these colors here are also following our shades over here. So when you say primary 100 or primary 200, primary 300, and so on, this is what is being referenced here. All right, so now that we have that, I can now come over here and say, right, okay, I want to perhaps maybe make some adjustments to that. I can go into my classes, and this time I want to, oh, did you notice that? Our margin top has been added already. So I can go in now and say empty for margin top. And you can see here it has 0, extra small, medium, and so on. So I'm going to say large, just like that. And maybe I want to change my text size. And since this is custom text, I'm going to say XL. Now, isn't that cool? Now, this also applies to our grid. So I'm going to select my rows here. I'm going to go into my column, go into my advanced, and then now I can say CSS ID and classes. And over here now, I'm going to say grid. Okay, I can go grid column 2. Okay, so I can go grid calls 2 for 2 columns. But let's say I want to go with grid auto. I can just remove all that and then say grid auto. Now, one thing I like about grid auto is you can just add as many items as you want in here, and this will adjust automatically. Now, check this out. If I come over here to tablet, you can see here it adjusts. You don't even need to go in and add any sizes. If I can now go to phone, I mean, all my content here is pretty much contained in a nice visible way, no matter what screen size I am using. All right, so now with that, I can now go in and make some further adjustments. So let's say I want to go back into my column here and remove my class. So let's say grid auto is gone. Now let's make some further adjustments. So over here now, let's say you want to add a bit of padding. So I can say advanced CSS ID and classes, and then I can say PAD dash large. Okay, so that's my padding large. But of course we can't see it. We need to apply a color to this. So now I'm going to say BG for background. Now you see all my colors are now showing. So BG primary 50. I can do that. Oops, I can't do that because that's what the color is right now. So let's go maybe 200. Okay, so now you can see clearly, you know, how I'm structuring all my content. Now it looks like I'm doing this on basic things, right? You can apply this to pretty much anything. Let's work on a brand new section here. So I'm going to come over here and let's go with 2 columns. Okay. So in this column, we're going to add a blurb like that. Okay. So with our blurb selected, I'm going to go in and let's add our classes. So this time around, I want to go in and add some padding. So I'm going to say PAD dash medium. Okay. So that's my medium padding, and I'm going to add a background color to that. So I'm going to go BG dash, and you can see my colors here are showing. So let's go with BG 100. You see that? It's very, very easy to use. Okay. And for my text here, let's just go SK so that it is fully responsive and is going to resize according to the screen size. So just by doing that, I was able to just, you know, quickly go in and add this. So I can also go in and say RAD for radius. I can go medium, and now you can see I've got my rounded corners. I can even go small like that. And that is now how I build my website. Now, why is this important for designers? Well, if we were to go in and start doing this from scratch, let's say we add our blurb. So this is called inline editing. So I'll have to go in here and add a setting to each and every item I want to do. So for example, I want to go padding, right? I'll just go in here. I'll have to go into design and then spacing. And then for the padding, I now have to say, okay, 2 rem, for example. Okay. But the problem is, you see how many clicks I'm going through. Okay, you see how many times I have to click through. And then after this now, I have to now add my color. I have to go into a different tab for that. And when I choose now my background color, you're going to notice something very interesting. If I click on this plus button, you'll see that all I have is these colors here. Now, I would have to go in and add, all my colors in my variable manager here. Okay. And these colors will now be showing over here, and there'll be quite a lot of them, because remember, we have like 10 shades of our primary color. We also have 10 shades of our accent color. We also have our grayscale colors. So they're going to be quite a lot here. Okay. But the disadvantage of doing it this way is every single time I need to add a background color to whatever it is that I need to add, I have to come into this picker and add my color that way. Okay, so let's say I'm adding this color here. In fact, that's a bit too much. Let's go with, okay, let's just leave that for demo purposes. Okay, now I want to go into my rounded corners. Now I have to go into design, and then I have to look for border, and then I have to start adding my rounded corners like that. But do you know what the problem is with this way of working? My padding here is fully responsive. Okay. In fact, let's make this nice and big so you can actually see the difference. Okay. So I'm just going to go back to my advanced tab here. And then for my padding, I'm going to go large. Okay. So we can really see what is happening here. Okay. So we're going to go large, and then we're going to try and, match that large over here. So let's go to spacing, I think. Yep. So let's go with maybe 3 would match. Yeah, I think this will match it. Okay. My color here doesn't look great because I want to see a bit of the text. So we're going to go back to our background. Now, do you see how much clicking this is, already becoming now? Yeah. So let's just add. Okay. We'll make this a bit darker. Okay. Right. So let's say this is our border. So let's open this in a new tab and do a quick preview. All right. So now that we have our preview, we're going to right click and inspect. And what we're going to do now is we are going to make, right. So let's make this smaller. Okay. Now I want you to notice what is happening here. As I'm going smaller and smaller and smaller, you're going to notice that our spacing here is different. This one here is got a nice spacing to it, and this one here is big. Do you see that? I know it's very subtle, but let's go a bit smaller to about 480, because that's our mobile size. Okay, so you see that here and here. This is different. Okay, this is much thicker, and this applies to all our sizing. So every single size we have, which we add using the framework, is fully responsive. It looks great on all devices. All devices. You don't even need to go in and make adjustments here. So if you wanted to have a similar look to this on this one here that I've done manually, you would need to go in here, go into design, and then you're going to say, okay, our padding here is 3 rem. Okay, we need to change it over here on the tablet view. And then you would go in and say, okay, I want it to become 2. Okay, and then you'll say, okay, when we go into our phone view, I want it to maybe become 1.5. Okay, and then we're going to do the same here, 1.5 rem. But do you notice that when you do this and you run a design agency, to remember all these sizes, to remember that, oh, I used 3 rem there, and I used 2.5, and I also used 1.5, and you have a ton of websites you're designing, that is going to be crazy. Even if you start training your team to remember these manually, will be ridiculous. But if you're not using this class-based system, all you have to remember is, oh, okay, you know what? I used padding large. Okay, I need to change this. Let's go padding medium. And pretty much that's all you need to do. Now, if at any point, for whatever reason, you want to go in and adjust all this, you can go to the main CSS file and change the scale if you really want to do that. But in most cases, this will work perfectly fine. So this is available for download right away. So for those of you who are lifetime members, you can go ahead and download it today. And if you haven't joined the Divi community yet, head over to diviuniversity.com and join the community. You can see here, there's a lot of action. So much is happening. There's a lot of updates, and this is the best place to go ahead and learn Divi 5, especially right now before it's gone out of beta. Finally, I'd like to thank each and every one of you that have bought me a coffee on diviuniversity.com on Buy Me a Coffee. This definitely helps. As you can see, there's a lot of work that goes into this. Sometimes, I forget to rest, and sometimes I'm so tired that I need that caffeine to keep me going. But anyway, you know what? Thank you very much for your support. And if you haven't purchased Divi 5 framework yet, go ahead and do so, because this is going to change very soon. Okay, right now we have on our main website here, if you go to buy now, we have $97 and $297 for the lifetime membership. This is going to go completely, because as you can imagine, there's a lot of work that needs to go into this, and I'll be creating courses that also teach you how to do a class-based system for designing your websites with Divi 5. So there's a ton of things that are going to be coming through here. We are going to be, working on so much information. There's going to be layouts, there's going to be templates. All these are going to be based on this Divi 5 framework. So it is a solid foundation for all our future websites, layouts, and so on. So getting your license now will be the best thing to do. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments box below. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one. Take care.